Okay, so let us fight this case. I still think the guy was most definitely killed in the damn police station and then like shipped over here, but there's obviously more stuff going on. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas, even though you are admitting to it. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Yeah, you know what? Let me look at this. Right. We found the phone. We saw that she called the victim called. Well, Lana is the victim, and she called her sister Emma. We found this note, which nobody knows what that means. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So it takes half an hour to go from police station to there. So possible. Work of art by the Gumshoe. 5:12 he entered. And what about the people? Miles Edgeworth, a gifted prosecutor and a ruthless man who'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. In his car, the damn victim was found. We got the Gumshoe. We got a high school junior and self-styled scientific investigator, client sister of Lana Sky. Lana Sky is the defendant and chief prosecutor of the district, wounded on her right hand. Interesting. Mysterious lunch lady, witness to the murder, known as the cough-up queen, which is horrible. Patrolman investigating the incident at the prosecutor's office. The cowboy also, he was a detective before 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever, when something happened. The victim and a good man, detective in charge of homicide and criminal affairs, Division 1, Bruce Goodman. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I am ready to accept my fate. You are admitting to it. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Really? Well, I do. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Suspected. Never forget that, but they don't know that they have done it. Miss Kai, you remind me a lot of Mia, but like opposite. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. He's spitting facts. That is a fact. He is not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Let us go. My first trial without a Fae helping me. It's true. No one's going to bail me out this time. Oh, and here she is. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. And you are like basically discount Mia, so Maya, sorry. February 23, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Incredible. Edgeworth. I mean, I did save his damn life. Yeah. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial, and there are a lot of rumors surrounding him anyway. That he actually did kill. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Huh? I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else's. You mean, what about the judge? Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. It's kind of his job. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Please don't. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Great. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Indeed. The damn sushi hat. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Do you also buy lunches from her? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Okay, he's rich. Ho ho, caviar? I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. He's eating it? And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. No caviar for me? Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir, did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? How do you make any money? You just hand these out for free? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. That's the judge. Come on, judge. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Judge, we are getting off topic. Oh, yep, here we go. Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. He doesn't seem to care much, huh? The prosecution will wait. I am not finished eating. Incredible. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. Oh. So everyone is freaking connected in this case. Did the cowboy was also probably, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Until 2 years ago is again the same time when the cowboy man was demoted. Something happened between freaking Edgeworth and the client, the chief prosecutor. I don't know what's going on. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Okay, she was also a detective. Well, what? Miss Starr was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Cough up? Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. How does he know her? Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. And we got testimony time. Oh no, just okay. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Okay, so this is the damn entrance, right? Security room, telephone, we saw it. There's the car was parked here. There's another B block, okay. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. It has a different entrance. What the hell? A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. You were the witness. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plan. That are to the court records. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Okay, 1 second. Let me check out this. Okay, but I can't investigate. It makes sense. Of course, Your Honor. So she claims she saw everything the very moment the guy was killed. Good man. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers, excuse me, are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Come on, lady. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Why are you cheering her on? Wait, are they talking about me? They sure are. Testimony time? There you go. Account. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Through the wire fence, you say. So you were not personnel, huh? You were in B block. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. And then she thrust a pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching. I mean, she runs a lunchbox company. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. Are you making jokes? So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Incredible. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Sure. Cross-examination. So, you whatever. Through the wire fence. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Mr. Edgeworth's. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she is telling the truth, we are doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. We are dealing with Edgeworth here. I need something more substantial than that. Can you tell us what the suspect was doing when you saw her? And that just moves on. Okay. Holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. It's Edgeworth's knife. We know that. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. What the hell? I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Detective Goodman's chest. Hold it. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. She was on the other side of the fence. Come on. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. But what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. They don't smile like that. Relax. I always knew, huh? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Okay, so everyone hates prosecutors apparently. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. Oh, great. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Oh, so that is a grudge. Laid off, she was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. He was fired, huh? Lunchbox to my boyfriend. Who is this boyfriend? This boyfriend. He is the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. Everyone is her boyfriend. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. She has 3. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend's position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thank. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. Oh, you're screwed. You screwed yourself. It's up on the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there. You're screwed. How did you see? That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in the B block. So she was in the B block when she witnessed a crime. Okay, so she was in B block and then technically she was going to A block. When I sense something, you sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder. It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin choke full of seeds. What the hell are you talking about? I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, Wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese. A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience. On the streets, a greenhorn. Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Incredible, Judge. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. That's all the press I can do. Okay, that's not good. Given to Edgeworth, murder weapon, no prints, record of parking in prosecutor's office or entered lot, work of art, one knife wound died within an hour and a half, 4.5 inch knife. Ooh, the knife was 4 inches, you said. She said it was about 4 inches. The knife wound was 4.5 inches. Right. That might just be like whatever. Okay, she didn't say that he died instantly or something. Okay. This. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842188189. Went by the only use numbers, letters, Bruce, Sergeant, Yabba Dabba. That's not very useful. Murder weapon, traces of victim blood, no prints. That's not a lot of blood though for a stab. Wouldn't it be coated in blood? I don't know. Oh god. No, she's right then. Why did she park in A block to go to B block? Because I think she has to park in B block. And she has to head over to A block, probably go around or something, I don't know. Holding a knife in her right hand. But there were no fingerprints on the knife. Okay, let me say. That seems like that could be a problem. I present the murder victim the weapon with no prints. Nope, I'm screwed. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It doesn't contradict. Buzz off. It is contradictory. The pointy tip of the knife. Died due to loss of blood. 36 male, date and time of death February 21st between 4 and 5:30. Cause of death loss of blood from just 4 and 5:30. Right, okay. So you were probably around here somewhere and you saw the murder happening here. I guess that's possible. There is some line of sight. Yeah, I don't see what I can do here. None of this stuff helps me. Do you have a time? What was this? Mr. Edgeworth, incidentally the knife was it. Certain it was her. Oh, there you go. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. It's true. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh, rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. Are you threatening me, lady, in court? Oh, she's freaking mad. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. Really? I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could try plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, a photograph. You took this. The moment I witnessed a crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. Well, this should have been submitted before. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. What the hell? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it on your neck. Eh. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? Think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Wow, incredible. Great. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant, yeah. Although she was injured by something. Look at her hand. Crime photo added to the court record. A memory, the moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Oh, here we go, another. No. Okay. But wait a minute. Where's the knife? Where's the body? There's nothing here. There's nothing in the photo. What kind of crappy photograph is this? And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunchbox. Why is there a bottle in there? What the hell are you doing? I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife and where is the damn victim? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? He has not seen this evidence before. He probably has some thoughts, though. Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Ever feeble, huh? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Then where the hell is the victim? Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it is hard to tell, but this could be blood. We don't know. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Mr. Wright, are you just going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? Ag, you got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Nothing. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. You just keep eating. Okay. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Well, give her freaking testimony again. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. And how do you know it's good, lady? I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. He killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? She was wearing gloves, there are no fingerprints. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. It's to hide fingerprints. Why? These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premediated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. 10 something, Garishkar, the murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. Rubber gloves. He's wearing rubber gloves. I don't see the victim though. It was taken through the wire fence. You can see the wire fence here in the cross pattern. Big A sign, and she's standing there. Look at the floor map. I can tell she's probably from here, taking a photo of her standing here. Is there a wall behind her? There is, okay. Victim's memo 67S122. I don't know what that means, good man. The murder was planned, huh? What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
Objection!
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. Okay, well, how did I not know this? They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, he came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ag. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, mister. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show them this, to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound. We can make it. You said that before. It's flawless, pretty fatal. What are we to do? Is it my sister is guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? Makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Okay. I don't know. Pressure on this. By Garish car, you mean Edgeworth's car. Oh, but if she used Edgeworth's knife, how could it be premeditated? She couldn't plan the car would be there. Right. 1 second. Save. So she obviously grabbed a knife. Someone used the knife that was already lying there. I present the damn murder weapon.
Objection!
It wasn't premeditated. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. Okay, what does it have to do with anything? Oh, that's a knife. The knife. I get it because you cook. You know knives. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Why are you bringing a kid in here? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh, look, she's sweating, she's sweating. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. It's damn true. Wow! Got her. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. No, I wouldn't say that. Right. I believe the next lunch we'll be eating is humble pie. What the hell? Wow, what? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Great. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated, mediated? Is it premediated? Premeditated. No, meditated. Premeditated theory. Yeah. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. Oh. The defendant Lana Sky murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she be wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. There we go. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Great. Alright, we go again. Witness testimony. Angel's deduction. She's talking about her own deduction now. Give me a second. Alright, what the hell was her deduction? Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. Incredible. Why? That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I don't believe that is true. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Okay, now you're just wrong. Straight up wrong. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? I mean, it is true she could be calling him for some other reason. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I could go straight for the throat. Just ask her about multiple times stabbing. Intended to murder him.
Hold it.
Hold it. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. Correct. No, no, no. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again, rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half baked. Something's half baked here already, and that's you, Red. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They are not very quick on their feet. Incredible. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way over to the prosecutor's office. All the way to the prosecutor's office. Hold it. You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant's, Mrs. Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter, really. Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Really? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now what's inside? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. Come on. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? No? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. What are you talking about? This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Plunge the knife in again and again. Yeah, which she didn't do, but let's press first. A human machine? That's a contradiction.
Objection!
Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's eyes smell like citrus fruit. Why are you smelling him? You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? You often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people. Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. I don't think it is, but sure. Okay, again and again is obviously wrong. One knife wound. Single stab wound was found. Come on, lady.
Objection!
say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. It's just moss. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, mister. Huh? She's angry. Well, what do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. Oh, he's helping me. The autopsy report states that the death was due to the autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? How many lunch boxes does she have? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Spattered blood from her victim. I don't see any blood, but sure. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Again. Do it again. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Really. Her red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Great. He's right. Miss Ty was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Yeah. Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. What the hell are you talking about? A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. She doesn't have a scarf on in this photo though. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. Why are you helping me? There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is a chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Starr is not to be as short-tempered as she looked. Challenging short big burns, side-looking. Was she wearing a muffler in the photo? No, there isn't one. What the hell are you talking about, lady? You're screwed. What the hell is this? Save. Look like blood. Yeah, but there is no red muffler. You gave a photo. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Objection. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Ooh, burn. Well, what? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scar. No, not that. But something red, really. Was it your own damn necklace? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. Wow, what? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect, which seems crazy. But you ran all the way around? Tell us about that. Very well, he's composing. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't take the most important part of a testimony. The most important part. Again, you're reading my damn mind. The part where your sister stabs the victim once, but whatever. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Makes no sense. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Really. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra, which is also a snake. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake, it's true. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. Okay, come on, lady. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. I think everyone is weak against that, but whatever. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will. I mean, a lot of it doesn't make sense. How did she get over there? There's a damn fence in the middle. So I run behind a partition, quickly caught her, explained her rights, and arrested her. She mentioned the muffler, that's what confused me. This is style. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Hold it. So where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. She ran to the telephone, you mean? That's right. There was a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. What did you do then? Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, arrested her on the spot. 1 second. So she ran over to the phone, is what she's saying. She saw there was a body in the damn trunk. She ran to the phone. Makes a lot of sense. Say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Oh, most definitely. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. There's a fence. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed a murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Really? Amazing, the cough of queen lunch ready at 3 indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence is about 9 feet high too. Okay, but there is a gap at the top. Okay. So how did Miss Kai not get away? She was calling someone, obviously. She mentioned the muffler when I arrested her. Muffler, huh? She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone, she can't mean... Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory is like, it's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No? No, the code doesn't see, mister. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall, which was working. On the wall? That's right, near the car there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Oh, okay. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? Right. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone updated in court record. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. I saw it all, how she tried on the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Are you calling the judge a rookie? The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? Oh? What is it, Mr. Wright? Not only did she try, she got a call. She called Emma. Made to escape, but against the Angel Star, resistance is futile. Made to escape. He made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras. Huh? He even kicked over an oil drum at me, which was on the other side. Come on, lady. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime, but it was away from... If she was running, she would run to the entrance, right? Not towards the chain link fence. But it's strange. What's that? She wanted to escape. Why didn't she run the other way? Exactly. The other, the parking lot entrance. That's right. Doesn't make any sense that she would run behind the from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent, more mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more though. So Miss Sky tried to run. I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it, you have to believe me. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. He caught her, arrested her. Had to use her cell to call her sister? Why? I don't know if this actually helps me, but maybe not. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Gotta try, right? Escape. Okay, present the floor plans, I guess.
Objection!
No, it doesn't. Okay. But the floor plans is what I mean. You already said that, though. Okay. Now what? Maybe ask her. Maybe we press her again. Just to make sure. So where is this partition? I'm assuming means this wall is the car. That's right. 6 feet high. Quickly caught her. Lunchland car was visitors. So witness number from 30 feet. Chain link fence. I went over it. 9 feet high too. How did Miss Sky not get away? And I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. What exactly? If I remembered, I would have told you. On her phone. Okay, so she's saying it again. She went over there. Stabbed the victim, ran behind, picked up the emergency phone. How could you see all this? Saw her doing this. Press her once more here. Brushed aside. But nothing comes of that. But how did you see it all? 1 second, let's see the floor plans. Maybe because there's the wall is so high, how did you see it all?
Objection!
Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor kicked me out 2 years ago. Ooh. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem, let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Oh, I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Wow, wow, she's broken again. Order, order, what is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. Grrr.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. From where she saw it. She saw it from A block. Right? Makes sense. Where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed a crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? Now that's pointless if I now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
No, it's not pointless. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Mrs. Sky witnessed the thing was the security room. Right? But then she couldn't see the murder. It's from here, from among these cars. Right about here. Security room is above though, right? I'm going to say security because if it's above them, then it could see everything.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. Yep, it's on top. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. No. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you had a boyfriend. You brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. So you are admitting you're wrong. Order, order. Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I am not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. Where was the guard though? It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells us all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Rajput. Yeah, she took a photo from there, so she wasn't there at all. Whoa, what? If a witness is found to be lying, they are guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Okay. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station, but she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of view to the crime, distance to crime, difference in lighting. Angle of view. It has to be angle of view, right? There's a wall there. She couldn't have actually seen the murder happening. Why? The angle at which she saw the crime would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Okay, it's not. Oh no. Perhaps I will reconsider, Mr. Wright. Oh, my god, exploded. Okay, 1 second. I would not like to review. I would go back. Distance to the crime, I guess. She's closer. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plan and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Huh? Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you. Yes. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed a crime from the glass wall station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Okay, that would take a million years. Come on. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. She took the photo there. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. Someone else could have stabbed him, ran away. Then when you went over to the B side, she could have come just to open his trunk for whatever reason and saw the body and then ran to do stuff. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Incredible. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? I sure do. Maybe.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. Why would she stay? You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. No, no. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Great. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah, got her again. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Oh. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. No. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, the court is adjourned. Alright. Hold it. Who? She? Oh, she. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. Well, what was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo, a triple decker. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. I just want to finish this, man. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. I gotta go, bro. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of a lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence. Witness testimony. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Wow, what? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Objection. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Nah, Edgeworth is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Yeah, I know nothing about law. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. There's of evidence. Cross-examination. Alright, and we'll do this in the next one because it's late as hell. Alright, give me him. I'll see you in the next one. I'll save it here. It just goes on forever, huh? Anyway. See you next time.